Okay, so let's talk about leads and trusting effectively these marketing guys that come to you and say, I'm going to get you 50 leads per month, right? Now, guys, the first thing to recognize with these guys, right, is they will get you 50 leads a month. More than likely, they will get you 50. Some will even get you 100, right? But unless you understand leads and understand how to manage leads, one, you're wasting money, but two, more importantly, you're wasting valuable time. Now, let me explain. So what these guys won't tell you about these 50 leads is 45 of these leads are absolute garbage. They're absolute garbage. But because you don't have a lead qualifying system, right, you go to the majority of these inquiries. So by the time you get to the 45th, you are done with these leads. You have lost all confidence in this lead generation guy, and you get to number 46, which happens to be a good lead, but your mind is gone and you're in, out, quick quote away, and you've not given it even close to 100% of your capabilities of what you should have gave that lead. Now, again, that's because you don't know how to manage leads. Now, on our Off the Tools program, in module 3, we talk all about lead generation, but not only lead generation. Guys, we talk about how to manage leads. Now, let's go back to lead generation for a second, right? So, lead generation, guys, we can't just be relying on Facebook, right? Because depending on the industry and the time of year, yeah, Facebook is pretty good. It can work okay. Generally, in the grand scheme of things, Facebook, unless it's targeted, is a pretty poor quality lead, depending on the industry. Now, if your industry does jobs for like 1,000 quid, 5, 10, 20,000 quid or more, then Facebook is probably not going to be the answer for you, right? If you're a handyman type thing and you've got little 80 quid, 100 quid, 200 quid jobs, maybe even 500 quid, then Facebook will probably work pretty well for you, untargeted. But any more than that, guys, it's generally a low quality lead, even if you target. And what I mean by target is paying these lead generation guys a grand, 2 grand, whatever it is, a month to manage your Facebook or Google ad account. Because all they'll do, guys, is they'll tick the buttons that Facebook, you could do it yourself, right? Facebook has algorithms now, and they've got a button you can press which says, I can't remember the exact wordings of it, but something along the lines of let Meta choose or target the people best likened to your industry and your niche. That's all these guys are doing. Yes, they're going in every so often and sending you a report, but ultimately, that's really all they're doing, right? So, and then coming back to you with a report. Now, granted, you probably can't do that, what they do, right? Because you just probably don't know your way around Meta and all of that, which is fair enough. And that's not the point of this video. Right? I could teach you how to do that in a separate video, and maybe I should. But for now, I need you to understand the importance of managing a lead, right? In module 3 of our program, we talk about lead generation, all the different routes to market that you can effectively attack. So you've got a steady flow of leads coming into your business. Guys, let's get one thing straight, right? No business out there has got a steady flow of good quality leads coming into their business 52 weeks of the year. I don't know one, including my own business when I had my business. And I was really big on lead generation, right? And I've got clients who are doing 2, 3 million quid, and even they struggle from time to time on leads. Now they're okay, and they understand sales, and they understand lead generation, and they understand peaks and troughs. And so they're generally always okay throughout the year, right? But that's because they've worked with me for X amount of time. So they understand that the peaks and troughs, and they understand that they need to work harder in their busy time to get leads and to manage leads. Because the worst thing you can do, guys, is ignore leads during your busy time. And then when it gets quiet, start scrambling about for leads. That is the worst thing you can do. All you do is you get desperate and you start cutting your price. You start going to see clients who actually you know are tire kickers. Again, back to these lead generation guys. They don't care. And with all due respect to them, that's not their job. It's your job to qualify the lead. It's not their job to, it's their job to get you the lead. And they will get you the leads. But because you don't understand lead generation, because you don't understand how to manage leads, because you don't understand sales and you don't understand follow-up, then you're effectively wasting the money, the leads, and the time, as mentioned earlier. Now, again, on our Offer Tools program, module 3, we look at all the lead generations, we look at how to manage a lead, we look at what type of lead is your client avatar, i.e., your perfect client. And then module 4, surprise, surprise, we go into sales. how to approach these leads, because every lead is different in business. A Facebook lead is completely different from a recommendation, for example. So we have things with lead generation. It's called a proactive lead and a reactive lead. Now, a proactive lead is a lead that you go and get. A reactive lead would be when the client comes to you. So potentially, you could argue a recommendation could be both if you're actively reaching out to your existing clients, asking them to recommend you. Right? A website lead would be a reactive one. They've came to you. Whereas a proactive lead would be where you've put a leaflet through a door, or you've knocked a door, or you've seen somebody looking and you've walked over and had a conversation with them and got their number and phoned them and created an appointment and whatever. That's a proactive lead. That's where you have went to get the lead. Now, both these lead sources, they require a completely different approach, and I'll tell you why. So a proactive lead is that guy was walking his dog, for example. He was taking his dog for a, well, you know what. And then he was looking in and you made eye contact and you started talking. He wasn't thinking about getting a new roof or new windows and doors or a new driveway until you guys started talking. So we can be sure that he's not had any other quotes. So we approach that differently and probably a little bit harder. We go for the sale before he or she has got time to go and get other quotes. Whereas a reactive lead who's came to your website, there's a good chance that they're getting 3 quotes. They went to 3 websites. So you need to approach that differently. Now, it doesn't mean you don't go for the sale. Of course you go for the sale, always. But this is where you want to differentiate you from the rest, because you know he's getting 2 or 3 other quotes. So you need to be better. So you approach it completely differently. And again, this is what we teach you in the sales module on the Off the Tools program. So I hope that's helpful for you guys, but recognize the importance of managing the leads that come into your business.